There are two ways that people talk about what the derech of the chinuch should be. One way is to talk about, in the chinuch, to focus and talk about what was and what is, to talk about the Rebbe, to talk about his kashrus, about going to the Eyal, about connecting to the Rebbe in all the ways that the Rebbe gave us to connect to him. And the other way is to focus more on what has to be done. This is what you have to do. You have to do this, you have to do that. You have to the mitzvah and the things that we have to do. So this is a debate that goes on subtly. One reason why I say subtly is because no one side says that the other side is wrong. Everyone is just what a dogish is. And it's a debate that's been going on for a long time. And it's merumed in this week's parsha, as the Rebbe learns it in a famous sikha that's printed in Chelik Tezvav. The Rebbe talks about the famous the story where Yosef brought his sons Ephraim and Menashe to get a bracha from Yaakov. And then you have the whole story where the right that Yaakov wanted to put his right hand on Ephraim, and Yosef said for Menashe is the l'cher. And back and forth, and Yaakov saying that Ephraim is going to be is the ikar. So the question is, Yosef can't be wrong. We can't say that Yosef made a mistake and thought that Menashe was greater than Ephraim, and really Ephraim was greater than Menashe. And you also, if Ephraim was greater than Menashe, then Ephraim would have been born before Menashe. David would make that Ephraim, if he was greater, David would make him the B'cher. So why was, if Ephraim was so we must say that it's not that one was greater, one was not. One had to be born first, and he had the Maila, and the other one was the Maila of being later, which was the Ikar of the Aveda afterwards. What was the difference in Menashe? You go to the names. In the name of Menashe, his merumas, it has to do with forgetting the hardships of his past, but it's a connection. This is Yosef named Menashe as a way to commemorate the challenges of being separated from his father, from Yaakov. That was the challenge of Menashe, and that's what he named Menashe, to commemorate that challenge that he had to overcome and that he overcame. He named Ephraim to commemorate the fact that he had the ability, that not only was he able to remain connected to Yaakov Avinu in Mitzrayim, but he was able to turn over and transform the darkness of Mitzrayim into Or. So that's really the same debate. So how are they both? What was Yosef thinking? Yosef, why did Menashe have to be the B'cher? Menashe had to be the B'cher. Why? Because even though the Ikar is, everyone agrees the Ikar is to transform the darkness into light and to do the Aveda, to bring Mashiach. It cannot happen without Menashe being born first. Without focusing on the connection that we have to Beis Avi, we cannot build Ephraim without Menashe. So even though Menashe is back at the Ikar, that's what Yaakov said, but you cannot build Ephraim without Menashe. So in the Chinuch, there are people that focus on Menashe and people that focus on Ephraim. Menashe's name is Menashe. And I remember by Ephraim's bar mitzvah, Zaidi had a problem because Zaidi wanted to talk about Menashe, but the bar mitzvah boy's name was Ephraim. So he still talked about Menashe, even though Ephraim was Ephraim. He said that has to come before, Menashe has to come before. And Ephraim's bar mitzvah was not by Menashe and Ephraim. I think Zaidi talked about these parshas even when there was even it was in the summer. What? When it wasn't in season. Even when it wasn't in season. So what does it mean? So I think Zaidi, chinuch that he gave was that's it. Was that he wanted to make sure that his kids in Miklach remember Beis Avi. The rest of the chinuch of how they're going to get Ephraim, he left to other people. He felt that if he gives over that, then that would be the ikar. And I can tell you that I saw with my own eyes, Zaidi, not only being mechanach, your mother Menashe, but my sister Basay, but I also saw him having a lot of nachas from seeing how she yarshant that nekuda of the strong atzmistic connection to Beis Avi. And she gives that over now as a teacher, and she gave it over to your whole family. And Baruch Hashem, you all have that, and you should take that and grow with this connection from Beis Avi, and you should go to Ifrani Elikim, that it's on you until we'll be zeicha to the coming of Mashiach. We'll see back everyone that's not here. The Rebbe Bereisham, and the Rebbe is going to say, "Va'ata sheivanecha neiladim lecha be'eretz Mitzrayim, ad boye lecha Mitzrayim lihem." Then the Rebbe asks Yaakov Avinu. Afterwards, he says, "Menashe and Ephraim, Kiruvim v'Shimon." Why did Yaakov have to say, "Va'ata sheivanecha," that now your two sons that were born in Mitzrayim before I came here, lihem? Because that was the etzem. That was the biggest Zadei B'chaim that Yaakov, when Yaakov saw that there were able to be kids like you and kids like your classmates and your siblings that were born in a day of Adboye Lecha Mitzrayim. And the Rebbe is going to say this is the generation that Li Hey is the Rebbe's generation.